Hey, lead heads, welcome back to the Talking Lead podcast. This is episode 225. We're coming off a great show from last week, our famous Black Friday Cyber Monday special bonus show. Hope you guys enjoyed that and took advantage of all those awesome discounts and deals that were going on during Black Friday Cyber Monday, and some of those deals are still going on until the end of the year. So if you guys haven't listened to that show yet, you still want to go back and get those discount codes that some of those companies are still offering right now. And guys, some of those codes were exclusive only to you lead heads, so you had to listen to the show to get the codes that you needed for those awesome discounts. Discounts from companies like Frontier Tactical, my co-host from last week's show, Nate Love's company. Frontier Tactical is running an exclusive deal for you lead heads, so you want to make sure that you go back and listen to the show to get that code to get a substantial discount on Frontier Tactical's Warlock system, their multi-caliber adapter system for your AR-15 that allows you to be able to shoot up to, it's over 100 different calibers now from your AR-15 rifle. And they also have a line of their own AR-15s, the FT line that comes standard with the Warlock system and all the modifications that are needed for that system. So check them out at frontiertactical.com. I know that deal is going on until Christmas, so you guys definitely still have time to take advantage of that awesome discount that those guys are offering just for you lead heads, the Leadhead Brigade. So again, check them out, frontiertactical.com. Right On USA, the official optics of Talking Lead. High Threat Concealment, Palmetto State Armory. And those guys have got deals going on every day over there at Palmetto State Armory. And you don't need a code over there at Palmetto State Armory. Glock, they're offering some great holiday bundle deals, so you can go back over to us.glock.com, check them out. Atlas Defense had some great deals that they were offering. X-Steel Targets, 1776 United. They were even giving you guys an opportunity to go ahead and get those new Leadhead Brigade t-shirts. Get on an email notification, and when those do come in, you're going to get a discount on those shirts. So I think they're still running some great deals over there at 1776 United also, so go check them out. Tactical Squirrel on their boxes. There were some exclusive deals that you guys had to jump on. I think the time has run out on those, but you still have time. Those make great Christmas gifts. Go to our website, and on the menu at the top of the website, there's a link to the Tactical Squirrel boxes there. And you guys can sign up and still give those. They make great gifts over the holidays. And as a lead head, your first order, they're going to give you a little something extra in that first month subscription box. The guys over at Riker USA, they had an awesome discount going on their fist grips. Huber Concepts, some of these companies had never run discounts before, and they were running some special deals just for you lead heads. And Huber Concepts was one of those companies. They make great triggers for the Remington 700s and some of those older surplus rifles. Medieval Industries was running a great deal. VanQuest Gear, I think they're still running some deals over there at VanQuest Gear. Lefty took advantage of the specials that they were having during Black Friday Cyber Monday, and I loaded up and got several bags and accessory items. So check them out at VanQuest Gear. Southpaw Tactical, they were running 20% off all their gun parts, 30% off all their apparel and swag. I think that was going on until the 1st of December, so you guys probably missed out on that, but if you're still interested, hit them up and see if they'll still give you a discount. And Modern Spartan Systems was running some great deals for you guys as well. I think they're going to be running those till the end of the year, so make sure you go back, listen to our show, and get all those codes and find out what you had to do to get these discounts, because like I said, some of these companies are still running them. So go listen to the show and take advantage of those deals, leadheads. Christmas is approaching soon, so don't miss out. So on to this week's show, leadheads. We're going to be continuing our interviews from the Big Three East, and we've got some great interviews lined up this episode. First one is going to be from the guys over at WMD Guns. We talked about them a couple of times. They have come out with a 6.5 Creedmoor semi-automatic rifle, and these guys are also well known for their OEM nickel boron coating that they've got. They've got a special mix. It's a NiB-X mixture that they use. So we've got Wynn from WMD Guns that's going to be on talking about that. And then we've got the guy from Odin's Wolf Survival, Todd Jaderberg. And it was a pretty interesting interview with this guy. He's a blacksmith and survivalist, and he's ended up making armor, jewelry, and he's even talking about getting into some blades. So we've also got an interview with Tim from Tactical Walls. They're getting us caught up on some cool things that they're in the process of releasing. Joe from 13C Gun Reviews. Get into a conversation about ACR versus AR-15s with Joe. And then it's time for, as a lot of you lead heads know when I go to these events, there's a group of us that get together, and we're called the Four Richards and a Ralph. So, of course, at the Big 3 East, we were all there, and it happened. So we've got another edition of the Four Richards and a Ralph. As usual, it's chaotic, but it's funny, and it's informative as well. So I know you guys are going to enjoy that one too. But before we get into the show, as always, we want to thank the sponsors of Talking Lead, Right On USA, the official optics of Talking Lead. I've been using their optics this past hunting season. I've not had any luck yet. I'm still on the hunt for a nice deer, but I've been taking the 300 Blackout that I custom built. I call it the Bo Frankenstein. And it's got parts from Spike's Tactical, Ergo Grip. I've got my unique ARs handguard on there that they special made for me. I've got Nordic Components brake on it, and several other parts. I think I've got a We Are Nerds charging handle on it. So the glass that I'm rocking on that thing is from Right On USA. It's their RTS Mod 7 1:5x24 IR. I've got that sucker dialed in and ready to go, so when a deer does present itself, the harvest is on, baby. So as soon as I get one, I'll be making my posts to Instagram and Facebook. Kind of been posting a few pictures here and there, the hunts that I've been on, but they, like I said, they've not been very successful. I have seen a few, just haven't had the right opportunity to pull the trigger yet, but that's coming. Modern Spartan Systems. Optimize your firearms with Modern Spartan Systems line of gun cleaners, lubricants, greases, and they also carry products for your vehicles. The TVT engine oil additive, which I've been using in the lead sled. I've surpassed 312,000 miles now. I think we're getting close to 313,000. And getting ready to have to put a new fuel pump on it, but other than that, everything's running great on the old lead sled. Just had some new brakes put on it the other day, so it's running tip-top, and that's all thanks to Modern Spartan Systems. And, of course, my guns are all shooting true, my Glocks, my SIGs, my Nordic Components rifles, my Bo Frankenstein builds. I've got probably 5 or 6 different AR types that I've built myself, and I use Modern Spartan Systems in all of my firearms. So check them out, modernspartansystems.com. And as always, guys, the code LEADHEAD at any of our sponsors and friends of the show, and you're going to get a nice discount. So remember that when you're shopping our sponsors and friends of the show's websites, use that code LEADHEAD. X Steel Targets.
X Steel Targets.
The best, most affordable AR-500 steel targets on the market today. And yes, I do believe that because I do use their products, and they stand the test of time. So any target that you guys need, whether it's for just target practice, if you're a competition shooter, you're a hunter, you're law enforcement, military, they've got targets just for you. They've got some cool reactive targets. They've got the Texas Star targets. They've got the dueling tree targets. You name it, they've got it. Check them out at xsteeltargets.com. High Threat Concealment. Check them out at highthreatconcealment.com. These guys are making carry systems, concealable carry systems for your handguns, your magazines, your first aid kits. They've got belts. They've got the mags, the carriers for your guns, for your magazines, etc. Really cool, low-profile modular systems that you can custom put together for yourself. Holsters, you name it, they've pretty much got them. They've got holsters for your 1911s, your Berettas, your CZs, your FNs, your Glocks, your Chris Sphinx, IWI Jericho, Springfield Armory holsters, Taurus holsters, Eagle Imports holster. I mean, you guys, they've got them. The Bursas, the Canics, they've got them all. Check them out at highthreatconcealment.com. They even got pouches for your radios, SMG mags. They've got pouches and bags available, and they even got stuff for your K9 now. So, yeah, check them out, highthreatconcealment.com. And then, of course, Glock, the official carry of Left Hand of Talking Lead. And as you guys may have heard a couple of episodes ago, I officially made the transition from my Glock 23 to the new Gen 5 Glock 19. And I am absolutely loving it. I still love the 40. You know, they haven't come out with a Gen 5 40 yet, so I'm rocking that Glock 19 Gen 5. So when those 40s come out, I'll get one of those. And as far as the feel and everything, I'll still have that. I'll have that down. So I've been training with the Gen 5 Glock 19, so I can get the feel for when those 40s come out. But you never know. I mean, I may be sold on the 19 and not get the 40s, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. No promises on that. But us.glock.com, check them out. Like I said, some of these deals are still going on till the end of the year that these companies are having. And I think Glock is one of those. I think they're still running some deals on their website. But I've gotten another invitation to go down to Glock between now and the first of the year. And I can't really talk much about it. And I don't really know much about it. But I do know that there's something exciting coming from Glock again. So by the end of the year, first of the year, I hope to bring you guys some awesome news. So stay tuned for that. And then Kel-Tec Weapons, ladies and gentlemen, they are going to be the official lead quarters for this coming SHOT Show, for the Talking Lead Show. So we're going to be set up at the Kel-Tec booth all 4 days during SHOT, and it's all 4 of the actual show days. We're going to be at Range Day the Monday before, and then there's actually going to be another Range Day by Antares Alliance on that Sunday that we're going to be at. So if we've got any buyers, if we've got any more media guys that are listening to this show, or any of you companies that are listening that want to take part in the Antares Try and Buy Range Day, it's going to be at the Pro Gun Club in Boulder, Colorado, that Sunday before. I don't know the exact date right now, but if anybody's interested in going to that, like I said, if you're a buyer, your media, or your company, it is a private event. But if you're interested, get in touch with me at talkinglead@gmail.com, and I can get you the info on how to get involved with that. But we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be at Kel-Tec. Had those guys on the show several times in the past, Chad Enos and Matt Stanek. Those guys are awesome, and I'm truly looking forward to this year and setting up with those guys and being in that booth. There's always something cool and exciting going on with Kel-Tec, and can't wait to bring you guys all the 2018 SHOT Show coverage from there. So something to look forward to in the new year, Leadheads. So you guys keep listening. We're getting ready to start the show, but I did want to give you a heads up. At the end of the show, we're going to be announcing the winner of the next Tactical Squirrel box that we're going to be giving away. And it's going to be a random pick from somebody from social media, from one of our social media posts. So if you guys are taking part, liking our post, commenting on our post, we greatly appreciate that, and I want to reward you for that. So we're going to give some random participant a Tactical Squirrel kick-ass monthly box. So enjoy the show, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, enough of that.
Man, you get me excited.
Had to get in the zone, man. Had to get in the zone. You missed it. Did you hear the music?
No. Who was that? That sounded good.
Despite.
Yeah.
They do the opening bumper for the show, the music.
Oh, right on, man. Yeah, I'm into all that.
They're out of, I think, Sweden or somewhere like that.
The Swedes know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're headbangers, without a doubt. All right, Leadheads, we are back, and we are still sweating our balls off in Florida at the Big 3 East. Autumn edition.
This is still the autumn edition. It's not fall anymore.
Got my co-host Jacob here with me.
How we doing?
Doing good, man.
But
so you made it back for the third and final day?
Absolutely. You got to be here for the last day.
Yeah.
First day is kind of everybody's doing their presentations. Guys like me, we're like, I just want to have fun. Second day is where it's at. Third day is you want to be here for the last day.
Now, you had a little fun last night. You got to take in a sporting event, right?
It was, I participated in the disappointment that was the Thursday Night Football event between the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I left disappointed being a Bucs fan, but what are you going to do?
It's all right, man. That's why they play the games. You never know who's going to win, right?
I knew who was going to win. I knew I was going to be disappointed,
but you were hoping.
I'm such a sucker that I still had hope.
Just if there would have been that one interception, it could have.
We had
turned the tide of the game.
20 yards. That's it. We needed 20 yards.
So enough about football. This ain't a sports podcast.
That's right.
We're here to talk guns and all things related to guns and maybe some knives today too. Right?
Possibly a bit of that.
Right,
yes.
right.
Fancy cutlery.
So we're going to go around the table here, and I'm going to introduce our guest, and I'm going to get your name right too. It's Wynn Atterbury.
Yes, sir.
Dang, I got it right.
Marty.
Yes, sir. That's sober too. I was jacking it up last night.
Well, you got to practice how you play.
Right. And you are with WMD Guns.
Yes.
You guys are based out of where?
Stuart, Florida. About 3 hours south of here.
Okay, so you're not too far.
No.
Right on.
Still rains down there, too.
Right. And also joining us today, and I'm going to let you introduce yourself because you got a weird last name, too.
Well, it's typically Scandinavian.
Yeah.
I'm Todd Jaderborg.
Spell that.
Jaderborg.
Okay, so just like it sounds.
Exactly.
Jaderborg.
Yep.
All right. And what's the name of your company?
It's Odin's Wolf Survival.
Odin's Wolf Survival. And we're going to get more on that because he's doing some cool stuff. Not gun-related, but I think something that you lead heads would definitely enjoy. So WMD, we just came off the range, shot about 80 rounds through your 6.5 Creedmoor.
How'd you do?
Oh, I did great, man. I was killing it.
How'd the gun do?
The gun did great. Yeah, so the gun did better than me, obviously. I mean, that's usually how they work. It's not the gun, it's the shooter,
Exactly. People ask about, how accurate are your guns. And I said, it depends on who's behind it. It's not very accurate when I'm typically behind it. But on that Creedmoor, I did get out to 1,000 yards on a 16-inch plate.
Nice.
Which was fun. Yeah, that was my...
Yeah, I think the furthest on this one was, what, 800 or 900?
900, I think.
Is it 900? That orange one?
Yeah.
Is 900? Okay. I didn't go for it, but I was going for the ones nearby. I couldn't go for it because there were some cranes out there.
Oh.
So I didn't want to shoot the cranes. But I did scare them off. I put a big splash right in front of them, and they flew off. But no, it was great. It's all nickel boron that we were shooting.
Yeah, all of our platforms start with the match grade barrel, and then it's nitrided in the bore. On the 6.5, we just put that together. It's in test. It's a stainless steel right now, but it'll be nitrided before we go into production. So we start with match grade barrels, and then all nickel boron, or special builds include nitrided control parts and things like that. But they maintain their accuracy for longer with the nitrided bore, and then the rest of the billet setup and the recoil management of the system is dynamite.
Right. I mean, I didn't even notice any recoil. Bill was out there shooting with me, and the recoil, I've never even paid any attention, so obviously it was very minimal if there was any at all. But I was surprised by the weight of that thing too. I was expecting it to be a lot heavier, at least a couple of pounds heavier than what it actually was.
It looks heavy, doesn't it?
It does.
When you pick it up and it's a bit
yeah, you're
lighter.
using a fatter handguard on that. Then that's so you can recess the suppressors, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We haven't tested it with suppressor on yet. We've got a 308 suppressor we just released and a 5.56 suppressor that'll be out at SHOT Show.
Well, tell us about WMD. What all you guys do? So apparently you do more than just rifles.
Yeah, we've got really three prongs of our business. We coat for major OEMs and small builders and gunsmiths. So manufacturers send us their parts by the thousands to coat. We have a line of coated products, kind of highlighting the arsenal of coatings that we do have. And then we allow individuals to send us their guns, pistols, revolvers, shotguns, bolt-action guns, and we'll strip all the coatings off and recoat it for them. We're a team of engineers, scientists, metallurgists
Eggheads.
combined with gunnies. So gunsmiths and armorers and
Eggheads and gunnies. That's a great mix, man.
Yeah, and a couple of girls in there in the mix.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we combined those so that we can work with manufacturers, and they don't necessarily have plating experts or finish experts, so we can work with them and talk their language because we are part of the gun industry.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I mean, you look around, 99% of the guns are all coated with something, and most of it's centuries-old technology, being phosphate, the chrome.
Yeah.
And so we're advancing, and we pioneered the use of our brand of nickel boron is NiB-X. So we're pioneering that into the firearms industry, and it's been in aerospace and oil and gas industries and automotive industries. So we're proffering that up to enhance the users and the shooters' experience.
Right.
Less cleaning, more rounds downrange before stoppages, higher reliability, durability.
That's what I was going to ask. What are the benefits of nibs in it?
NiB-X.
NiBx? NiBx in it?
It's one of the few coatings, it's the only coating that really that combines an extreme hardness with a also extreme lubriciousness or lubricity. So
Is that a word? Lubricity.
I've never even heard that.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
a
like
good
a
one.
new chewing gum.
Lubricity, that does.
Freshens and brightens and lubricites.
Nice.
So it's a Rockwell 70, which is harder than the metal it's put on, and then the coefficient of friction is just above Teflon.
Okay.
So there's harder coatings out there, but they're not very lubricious. And there's Teflon, but Teflon wears off, it ablates, it's got temperature limitations, and obviously scratches off. So,
Right.
nickel boron fills a void in all the mechanical parts that are.
Now, do
gun.
you lube yours?
I don't. You can wipe a couple drops on and then wipe
Yeah.
it off, and the oil actually is retained in the microstructure of the coating. So you can lube it, you can not
So
lube
you're
it.
not going to require as much gun
Maintenance.
lube.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're still going to put some maintenance into it and clean it. And
Yeah,
do you recommend cleaning it?
We absolutely recommend cleaning it.
Okay, I figured.
It's a lot easier to clean.
Is it
so-
more just instead of your usual cleaners, you're just going to use like some dish soap or something? And
Yeah, just wipe it down. If you get off the range,
Yeah.
my shooting pants are all black on the left pocket because I pull it out. And
Just wipe it on there.
Just wipe them down.
Yeah.
You can use the back of your knife if you let it sit there for months and need to clean it up months later. You can knock the fouling off with a knife or
No,
any
as
kind
hard
of
as that
brush.
is, it might take the back of the knife.
Yeah, it will. It's harder than a knife for sure.
right.
But we also offer melanite. We offer diamond-like carbon coatings, PVDs, the blingy gold titanium nitrides, and so we try to work with individuals on putting the right coating on the right parts. So if one coating could solve everything, you'd only have one coating in the world.
Well, sure,
And that's,
yeah.
So
Absolutely.
we don't just sell one coating, and we don't just because that's the only one we have. It's we work with people to get the right coating on.
But what's your line of firearms that you're doing right now?
Right now, we've got our staple is our Beast platform, and
Beast.
that's the 5.56 Beast.
Okay.
We've got a big Beast 308. We've got different finishes on the Beasts. So we've got what we call our Survivor Series, which is a distressed nickel boron. We can Cerakote over the top for different finishes and colors, and so this week we highlighted some of those. We've got a 9mm that's coming out.
PCC?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you shot the 6.5 Creedmoor, which is
I
finished
did.
testing.
I did.
And that'll be out in 2018 as well.
Nice.
And then we just finished up our own suppressors. So we've found some really interesting results when we're putting our coatings on suppressors and the different performance benefits that we get.
So you're nickel boron NiBxing them too?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Great
What benefits
heat
do you get from a
dissipation.
suppressor on that? Again, just the cleaning and
Yeah, so we're coating some OEM suppressors now, and then we're coating our own. You get multiple benefits of baffle erosion protection. You get cleanability and maintainability on suppressors that can be disassembled. And then you get a tremendous amount of heat dissipation.
Mm-hmm.
So we tested side by side an uncoated suppressor of ours in the same design coated, 3 mags right after each other. The uncoated ones get to 780 degrees Fahrenheit, and the coated one got to about 360, 390. We
Okay.
actually did the test
Significant
twice because we
difference.
thought
Yeah, something's up here.
Yeah. So we did a test right after the first one, and it got to 390 only. So, yeah, we're pretty pleased with the progress on
What
that.
round was that you were shooting through there?
It was 5.56.
The 5.56. Okay.
That one.
You done full auto through them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
We had our full auto short barrel here at the range this week.
I missed it. My bad. I was drooling to shoot the Creedmoor, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got a chance.
Once I got an opportunity, I mean, we've been challenged here this week. We had a lot of rain.
Oh, yeah.
So our range time has been cut short. So I had to be very particular on what I wanted to shoot and go shoot.
Oh, it was very busy, yeah. Good couple days.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Today, I mean, it's humid as crap, but I mean, it's a perfect day to shoot.
It is. It's the best day
Yeah.
of the week here.
Absolutely. So, did you guys bring your suppressors? Did you feature any of those here yet?
Yes, we had it on the end of our full auto 5.56.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry I missed that.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna be set up at SHOT Show, you said though, right? You're
Yes.
gonna have all that stuff. Are you gonna be at Range Day, the industry day?
We don't have a lane yet.
Yet.
Yeah, and they're probably pretty booked. So
Yeah.
I think we missed the range day this week.
Well, we've got another one that you might be interested in attending. It's the Antares Alliance Try and Buy event, and that's going to be the Sunday before the SHOT Show Range Day. And it's at the Pro Gun Club. We've got the whole range for this event, and if you're interested in doing that, I can hook you up with the
Absolutely.
the what do you call it? The people who do it.
The organizers.
Organizers, thank you. Yeah,
Organizers, there you
yeah. I got to get with the organizers. Casey Betzel.
We work with ranges. We'll coat their guns to show them how easy it cleans up, and people actually get to shoot nickel boron. So we've got a few ranges around the country that we work with, or we'll give them one of our loaner guns.
Yeah, to feature
And
your guns.
their armors really like it.
Oh, I'll bet. I'll bet.
Cleans
no
up.
doubt. So where can people get in touch with WMD Guns?
We're at WMDguns.com, and then look us up. We've got our phone number there. We're on Instagram at WMD Guns. We're on Facebook and YouTube.
YouTube. All right, very good. Now, do you have distributors for your product, or people go directly through you to get your
All three
suppressors?
channels.
Okay.
We're nationally distributed, and then we have some dealer directs that we work with, and then we also have an internet site, and we sell direct as
Okay.
well. So they can reach us however they want, trying to make it easy on the consumers.
There you go.
Right on.
All right, so Todd,
Yes.
Odin's Wolf Survival,
Viking survival.
Viking Survival.
Hence the last name, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So tell us what you do.
well,
You don't do guns.
yeah, I shoot and stuff
You
like
do
that.
body armor to a certain extent.
Right. Old body armor.
Old style, old school.
Old style body armor, correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, the newest thing I've made is my set of armor in grade 5 titanium, and it's mail armor, which chainmail is the typical
Right.
known name
So
for it.
Todd is making, it's not guns, it's not ballistic body armor. He's into the old school Vikings and knights and
history, yeah,
historical
the historical
type
aspect of
blades
things.
and armor, and you make those, right?
Yes, I don't do a lot of blades. I've got friends that do it a lot better than I ever will. So I do some for me and things along that line, and come up with designs. Actually, I've got a friend working on, and I'm trying to base it in the Viking period. Just that's where my family comes from for the most part.
Your heritage, yeah.
Right. So they're making knives for me for the survival courses and stuff that's coming up that I'm working on and teaching and things along that line for things that I like to do and how I like to teach. And everybody has their own proprietary knife, and most of them don't fit for what I want to do.
Right. And what do you want to do?
Well, it's how I build things and stuff like that. You know, when most of the woodwork the Vikings did, if you get in a survival situation, you end up having to build a lot of wooden things. They used certain types of axes for things along that line, and it just works for me. And if it works for me, it'll work for others.
Right.
So I'm trying to bring some of that back.
Okay. Okay. So you still hadn't told me what you do.
Oh,
What do you do?
I do some blacksmithing. I build.
There you go.
I build
There it
armor,
is.
mail armor. I build the the most fun thing.
Now, what's mail armor?
mail? It's maille, mail,
Okay.
as chainmail is what everybody calls it now.
Okay.
But they didn't. It wasn't back in the day. It was known as mail or the
Mail.
French. Yeah, it come
Whatever word it is for that. Yeah.
From, yeah, it come from
Yeah.
France.
Yeah, everybody's
The French.
seen the movies where
Yeah.
they've got that first layer and it's the chain mail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got into that. I've started into some plate, the more modern, the Gothic style plate, things along that line. A little bit of that.
More like knights, King Arthur knights and
right,
things.
like jousting armor.
Jousting armor. There you
I
go.
haven't done so much of that, but I'm doing like shield bosses and a few helmets and things along that line,
Oh, cool.
just for what I want to do for my set of armor.
Yeah.
And which is I'm heading for a 14th century transitional armor. It's kind of what I want to do, and I want to do it fully in titanium, which is rather aggressive.
Okay.
Where are you going to wear it?
Can you nickel boron it?
Yeah, he can nickel. I've been joking around that after I die, get killed, whatever, it's going in the hole with me.
Oh, okay. That's your burial suit.
Yeah, more or less. And another friend of mine, he decided that he liked the idea, so that might actually.
So you're starting a
happen.
trend.
To screw with archaeologists down the line.
So pallbearers are going to hate you.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
I don't know. My titanium set of armor, the full armor, will probably weigh about 24 pounds.
Okay.
So it's not too bad.
That's not too bad at all. So are you doing the full? You got the chest, you got the legs, you got the arms, you got the gloves, the helmet.
I've got the hauberk down to my knees. I've got the hood almost complete. I got to run a couple rows around the base.
Yeah.
Legs, I don't know. I haven't decided whether I want to do that yet because those really suck.
Yeah.
Just even putting them on is not pleasant. I've got gloves started. I've built scale armor in grade 5 titanium, which is interesting. It looks like fish scales
Yeah.
all linked together.
You're going to be fun at Halloween until you die, anyway.
Until you die, right?
Right now, the fish scales hanging in Kansas City at the Ren Fair in the window of Dwarf Mountain Knives booth.
Nice. So are you making this for other people also? Can people?
Yes,
You got a website or something that people can go to?
Most of the time, you get hold of me because it's all custom, so I try not to put anything out like that because it's enough of a pain in the butt to build.
Yeah.
So if you get hold of me directly or at the Ren Fair, I'll build stuff. I build jewelry. Like I don't know, you can't see it, but what the watch band I'm wearing, and
I can see that.
yeah,
It's kind of chainmail.
yeah, it is. This is actually
Chainmail watch band there. That's nice.
Yeah, you can take a peek at
Oh,
it.
thanks, man.
You can see how light it is.
Oh, yeah.
I do the necklaces. I'll engrave titanium crosses like the one I'm wearing, which
Oh, I like crosses, yeah.
I've heard was. When I first got the cross. It's grade 5 too. They tried to tell me that it couldn't be engraved at several shops.
You proved them wrong.
Well, it irritated me, so I was like, I know it can be engraved. So I got hand gravers at home, like for firearms and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so I started hand graving the first couple letters in it, and it actually graved. It wasn't easy, but it graved pretty decent.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, okay. Then I decided I was sick of that, just because your thumb is like right on it, because I
Right.
didn't have the actual stuff to hold it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't. And you run a graver into your finger, it'll go clear the bone, which
You don't want that.
Doesn't impress
That'll
me a
ruin
lot.
your day. Yeah.
So I broke out my Dremel tool and certain bits I've got and finished it out.
The old Dremel, yeah.
Yep. The
When in
dude-
doubt, Dremel it.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, they're the handiest thing in the world. If you don't, you can screw up something so fast it's not funny.
Oh, yeah.
So
Always
I-
have two.
Yeah, at least.
pieces to work with.
At least.
Right, yeah.
So the guy that told me this, I would have rather he just told me that he didn't want to do it than sit there and tell me it can't be done, and give me this list of BS, because I didn't tell him that I worked with titanium, so I knew he was full of crap.
Yeah.
So I went back
Maybe
in.
you should have told him, and then he would have been more honest with you.
Oh, no.
You
I
didn't
just
think
let it
you'd
go
understand.
and grabbed my stuff and kind of laughed, walked out. I went home and did it. I went back in the next day and flipped it on his counter. And it
They
was
don't tell me it can't
It's like,
be done.
dude, you just told me it couldn't be done. Here it is.
Yeah. And
I
what was
said-
his excuse?
Whoa. I said, I'd rather you told me you didn't want to get your butt out of the chair and do anything
Right.
than lie to me. I said, now I'm going to go around and tell everybody
There you go.
what went down.
Just ruined your business, dude. So you're making jewelry, you're doing armor. Anything else you're doing?
I'm working with a friend of mine that builds blades. We want to do the Ulfberht Blade again, the Viking high-end blade at the time.
You're talking to people over our heads, so explain that. Yeah.
Okay, the Ulfberht Blade, was a smith or a series of smiths. They're not for sure. It came out over like 100 years at time, so it was probably a village of smiths, a smith in a village that went from him to his apprentice that did it, and he put his name or the word Ulfberht down it, and they were so good of a blade at the time they were actually copied, but it was misspelled, and they have both of them in museums.
Yeah.
But the misspelled ones were not nearly as good.
Yeah.
So they weren't quite sure how they did it. Archaeologists and things and people doing it have kind of brought it back, and there's an actual video of the smith up north that did it. So we were sitting there, it's like, this would be kind of fun to do just to see.
Sure.
So I built a kiln by making all the bricks and everything and did that. And we got to talking, and I've got iron at home, bits of iron, and carbon's easy. So I'm going to make the bricks. We're going to build the smelter and I'm not spending 6 hours sitting there running a pair of bellows to do it. I got a hairdresser. I'm not stupid. I'm old enough. I don't want to run a bellows for 6 hours.
Sure.
So we're going to run this with a charcoal smelter and make the ingot. Then he's going to take it.
Now, what's the ingot?
The ingot is
The mold?
Well, you have a pot that you put your base material in.
Yeah.
Okay, it holds it, and then when the base material melts down and forms up into what you hopefully want, it's the material that's inside the pot. The ingot is the finished material.
Okay.
For your base of it. Then he takes it, and he gets to beat on it in his forge for, I think it takes 40 to 60 hours of just light hitting it, so you can form it from a cast into basically kind of a rod.
I think I'd rather do the bellows than
Yeah.
do the 40 hours of tinging on something.
Yeah, well, he's kind of twisted as much as I am on things along that line. And it's not so much that the product at the end is going to be actually worth the time. It's the fact that it's going to be so friggin' rare that nobody else will do it. It's to do it.
Yeah. So you're trying to recreate this museum piece.
Right.
Yeah, you've got the potential to open up a huge market. I mean, who's doing that?
There's not very many that are doing it.
Not seriously, anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
you sound like you know what you're doing.
It would take a lot of money to buy something like that. It's
Right.
kind of like my titanium armor. I laugh. People will come at because I've got a pair of bracers that I come up with a pattern, and it's 3/8 inch leather minimum, and titanium rings the size of my necklace, which you can obviously see,
Yeah.
all locked together in a pattern almost a quarter of an inch thick over the whole thing. And people come up, oh, those are nice braces, those are great, how much you want for them? And you can just see they're thinking a couple $100. And I'll tell them $4,500, because it took me months to make this thing after work. And they just about crap and set it down really fast. It's like, you can look at them. I mean, if you can hurt them, I did something wrong.
If you hurt them, then I'll give you half price. How about that?
It's like, I've thrown these things around, things along that line. But it's things along that line. I like to do things that people look at and go, holy shit.
So you're probably into, have you ever watched that Vikings TV show?
Yeah, I love that.
You like
Yeah,
that? So
yeah,
how
I-
accurate is that as far as, their recreation of all that?
Oh, their armors are off, and some of their weapons are off, and it's like anything like that. You gotta be pretty, and you gotta give people kind of what they expect in a lot of things. But in a lot of cases, it's a lot more accurate than a lot of other shows that I've seen.
Yeah. There was another, I can't remember what the name of it was, though. It was very similar to that, and it was like the same. Obviously, they're based it on historical characters that really existed or something. I don't know.
I haven't had cable for.
I don't know, but I watched another one that had very similar characters. They were just kind of doing a different take
There's
on
a
it.
book series on the Vikings as well. With
Oh,
kind of
I guess-
historical fiction.
I might have to look that up.
Yeah, that's great.
Blood
great
something or
series.
another, yeah.
Blood something?
For some reason, that's what I'm thinking of. Is it's blood? I know because I know what you're talking about. It was like a not as good Vikings. Almost.
Yes,
and it's
exactly.
blood something. I could be wrong. I could be completely.
And then
wrong.
there's a comedy one that's out.
I haven't heard nothing about.
Gosh,
that.
I can't remember what it is. I don't know if it's on like Hulu or Amazon or something like
I'd
that.
have
But
to look that up too.
it's pretty funny. It's like a takeoff on that show, but it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
They do funny stuff on it. So. It's like a Monty Python or
A lot of that's funny. I like a lot of the movies along in that genre, just because most people come in like into work and they'll well, you wouldn't like it because it's not accurate. I said, oh, not so. And, I don't
Sure.
I don't go into a movie thinking
Yeah.
that it's going to be historically accurate or anything even close to that. Sometimes I like to see what somebody does with it.
Right. See the possibilities.
Yeah.
Thinking outside the box. Yeah.
Well, it's
It's like a lot of Hollywood movies, and the guns, we're always critiquing those as gun guys, we're going and watching how they manipulate and work
do the
and
same thing.
operate. And,
Roll
Yeah.
on the floor.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Or the shotgun that they cock before they go in, and then when they go in, they cock it again.
And nothing flies out.
Yeah, right. It's just to get that
Yeah.
noise that they do, the effect.
Actually, what got me into the historical aspect was the survival. I started the survival thing reading an Olsen book, I think back in the 70s when I was in grade school. And so I started playing that game. And then it dawned on me, I was like, how did these people do this back then? So I started studying a lot of history and how, not necessarily dates and crap like that. I don't like that, or this battle was won by doing this, this, and this. I don't really care. I'm more interested in the technology of how they did things.
Sure.
Because if you know that, what we're doing now, we're still people. We do think the same way, move the same way. Mm-hmm. You can take that and improve today's product easily. That we've got engineers at work that they have like giraffe necks sometimes, I think, just to get their head as far up their butt as they normally get it. But they'll come along and I'll say something that, well, how do you know how to do that? This was done 1,000 years ago. It wasn't for this
Not
idea,
recreating
but
the wheel, yeah.
Yeah, it was done on this way. If you change this, you can do this.
Yeah, very good. So give us the website where people can get in touch with you.
It is awolfofodin.com is my blog. It's been a while since I've been on there a bit because things have been busy. On Facebook, it's Odin's Wolf Survival, or my name. You can get hold of me easily enough through that.
Do your name again and spell it.
Todd Jaderborg, and the last name is Jaderborg.
Todd Jaderborg. And obviously you go to these Ren fairs?
Oh, yeah, the close ones I do.
Okay. Do you, how far do you travel? There's one I know there's one close to me where I live in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
I'm in the middle of Kansas, so, I'll go to Kansas City and down to Norman. And
this place has a castle. They've built a castle here at this place, and they have the Ren fair.
Oh, they're
It's pretty
blast.
cool.
Usually go in and just watch people sometimes. It's just
That's
hilarious.
where I go. Yeah. But I'll get into throwing the knives and stuff too that they have set up, and I love watching the joust.
Oh yeah. If I'd have got into this when I was just out of the service, I'd have been dumb enough to try that. And my brother says the guy would have cleaned me off the horse. It'd have pissed me off. I'd have got up, said I'll be back next year,
Right.
and went and practiced all year, and went back and tried to kill him, is how he phrased it.
Right. Very good. And one more time, Wynn for WMD.
WMDguns.com.
WMDguns.com.
Facebook, YouTube, and call us.
Twitter, Instagram.
Instagram, Twitter.
Okay. Very good. All right, guys. I don't know if we'll be back with more interviews from the Big Three East. Boom.
How about now?
How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
How about a? Keep going. Keep
All right.
talking.
All right. Well, that sounds good.
We gotta get all the levels.
How come I don't have one of those fancy screens here?
That's what I was
Because
wondering.
you've got the big black
I got
head.
Oh,
You've got the black tip. Just the tip.
All right.
No, so
He's got the cock pucker.
yeah. The screen. What up? Is there a restroom in here? It's a pisser only. That's fine. No deuces. And there's no doors, so turn your back to us so we
Yeah,
don't
if you
see
don't
you.
mind.
Well, if you want to show us, I mean, I'll look.
We don't have binoculars.
Oh, actually, we do. Right on USA binoculars.
Where are they at?
They're in the truck.
You're not wearing them.
Get 'em. All right. You ready to start?
Let's start some stuff.
Let's start some stuff. We actually already just started.
Let's talk about a bunch
Okay.
of hot topic items.
Hot topic. You want to talk about Vegas and
We could do that.
We could do it.
Yeah.
We
I
might
think-
delve into that. All right, guys. So we are back at the 2017 fall edition of the Big Three East, and this is day 2. You can probably tell my voice is a little more Barry Whitish.
Autumn edition.
Autumn edition.
If you say fall, it's not
Fall
not politically correct
is-
anymore.
Because why?
It's
Why
for people
now?
who have bad balances and vertigo.
Is that what
It's
it-
offensive to people with vertigo.
It's okay.
You can't call it the fall. Oh, I mean it's the autumn edition.
The autumn edition. Okay, so we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but oh wait,
They
this is
passed-
talking lead. We don't care.
Harvest. There was going to be a harvest edition, but that offended the Amish. So
The Harvest.
The Harvest Edition.
The Harvest.
Just in case Autumn might have offended.
No, aren't
people
you?
with the
Aren't
name
you
Autumn.
Amish? Aren't you part Amish?
I'm. Well,
No. You could pass as Amish.
I've got a vehicle, so
You guys, is it black though?
I'm 3/4. That's Mennonite.
I thought Amish everything had to be black. It's Mennonites.
Well,
It's both.
I mean, Mennonites have cars, or some Mennonites do. You know, they can drive.
Oh, so
but
the
it's
others are
always
horse and
very,
buggy.
very Amish or horse,
Horse and buggy. I got you.
unless they're on their what's it called when they're
Rumspringa, yeah.
Rumspringa.
That's
where
right.
they
You're
just go
like straight up
crazy.
Amish country in Ohio, aren't you?
Indiana, yeah. But
Whatever.
yeah, so I've been to
So
like
go ahead and
an
introduce
Amish
yourselves.
restaurant.
To my right, as you're listening to us on the radio dial, we've got, and you've heard this voice before, we've got Tim with Tactical Walls.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy. We got Joe with 13C Gun Reviews joining us again as well.
Well, thank you. It's good to be back.
I'm glad to have you back, man. So our discussion on the Amish, real quick, let's get this straight. So the Amish are the buggies.
The Amish don't do the cars.
No car, no motorized vehicle. What about their tractors? They just do the plows and the
well,
horse and the cows?
They're it's strange, man. And he was going to go into some detail, being from Indiana and all.
Okay.
Now, I'm originally from like the Lancaster, Pennsylvania area, give or take. So,
that's Amish rich, right?
oh man, that's like ground zero.
They have their own lane, don't they, for their buggies?
They've got no, they're on the road. Their lane is the road. You're on their road. You're on their lane.
So you have to
there.
yield to the Amish then, huh?
Yeah.
How the hell are we
Basically,
getting over
yeah,
here
I don't
all
know.
this far off in the
Weird.
weeds?
Yeah.
Oh, because
Because you're on
I
this
changed
show.
the name of fall. That's why.
Right.
Because fall's offensive to people
It's-
with vertigo.
it's
That's
autumn.
It's autumn.
It's autumn,
Harvest season.
right? So you missed our whole Amish discussion.
Oh man, that's,
Jacob.
that's the best part.
So my co-host, he's back. He's joined us. Got Jacob with us, ladies and gentlemen.
How you guys doing? Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. So
See, he had his mic turned on, Joe. What's up with that? He knew it was up.
Oh, it was on the whole time. That's
it's not
great.
his first radio, man.
Right.
Yeah. So let's talk tactical walls. You guys have an interesting setup here at Big 3 East this year.
We have something new.
Something new and
we go to
exciting.
events out at the range, and we get not forgotten. That's not a good way to put it.
Yeah.
We don't shoot. We don't make something that goes bang.
Right.
You know, and you're at a firearm event and you're making an accessory that goes on a firearm, that's easy to try out on the firing line.
Yeah.
So ours is more for storage and fast access, or in the case of some of our other products, just storage and display. So it doesn't really have a reason to be on the firing line. So we tried to integrate. It's for our home, you know. So we kind of
Right.
brought a home along. So we
So
brought some.
you brought a
walls.
portable home.
We brought a portable room at least.
Then you've got
It's probably bigger than a lot of people's apartments.
It probably is.
Fairness.
Especially in New York. That's probably like 3 apartments.
We could rent that thing out. No,
You
we
could.
could have Airbnb'd it while we were. We could have made this trip. Could have paid for itself.
Exactly. There you go. You're thinking of the uses for this
Yeah,
every
man, this
day.
thing is.
I gotta say, there was a lot of presentations, and it was really early in the morning, and some of it I was struggling to kind of, because not every, I don't get into every product that I see. I don't have that jump, and then you guys come up there, and I'm like, wow, what is this? It's furniture, and he's opening it up, and I'm thinking he's got like a James Bond furniture set up here. I was like, that's really cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
I-
about what it was. There
It
is.
Well, I mean, that's what you guys are known for, the concealment.
We got to keep
furniture.
pushing it though. We got to push it. Started with mirrors, then shelves,
Mm-hmm.
and now we've got tables and lamps and clocks, and just
Tissue boxes.
just about anytime we got a rebuttal on a show and somebody's like, "Oh, we keep my guns in the whatever. I don't need it." We just make a product for that
You
person
just
too.
make it for him.
It's we always get. I leave mine in the corner. It's
Johnny
always It's
Naysayer.
always in the corner
Out there by the door.
It's in the corner now while you're here. So if someone breaks in, right, they can just quickly grab it from their corner, and now it's out
Well,
on the
they'd
street.
have to know it was in that corner.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah. I'm one of those corner guys. I've got one in every corner of my house and under, every piece of
Under every pillow,
bed
under
and
every,
couch.
But people don't know which house it is.
But I have a Tactical Walls clock.
Yeah.
Talking Lead Tactical Walls concealment clock.
Tell people your tattoo. Oh, you said clock.
Clock. My
Clock.
tattoo. What?
Okay.
Tattoo clock.
My tramp stamp?
He said he
Yeah,
had
okay.
tactical walls. I thought you.
Is that-
Clock.
that-
I got you.
That's commitment. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys, I mean, you've got this portable, you're
It's a shoot house.
It's a
We
shoot house.
brought a shoot house. We're using UTM, ultimate training munition rounds, man marking rounds. So you can go in there
these
and
are the non-lethal.
non-lethal. You can go in there and with a real firearm, your firearm, you swap out the bolt if it's an AR, or you slop out.
Slop out. You
You
can
can slap it.
if you don't know what you're
swap
doing.
out the slide. You know, I think I must have been thinking about a particular
Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, not so great tolerance handgun. But just swap out the slide, and you can use your firearm to train with. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could shoot the stuff safely in your home. I don't think UTM would like me saying that, but I already said it.
Well,
so.
you said it. It's on the air.
Well,
So
they
there's
have
that.
products
Yeah.
that you can hang on your walls.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
so you can shoot.
Yeah,
you know,
they create
this in your
targets,
home.
these safe
Yeah.
targets, so you can train. And that's the point is, it's one thing to go out on the range and punch paper, but it's another thing altogether to train in a more dynamic fashion. And if you can bring that into your home, I hear we're talking about UTM, but
It's mutually
training-
beneficial.
That's where our products are. I mean, it's like a
They're in
holster.
the home.
You know, you got to consider it's a mirror, but it's sort of like a holster on your wall for your AR or for your shotgun. And it's like anything else. You've got muscle memory, and practice makes perfect. And you know, if you're not doing fire drills,
Yep.
you're not going to be
You're not
proficient.
going to know what to do. So I
You're
mean,
hitting a
it's like we
huge
say, you got
market,
to
too.
train.
Yeah, you've got to train.
You got to train. So you train for scenarios in your house, and what better place to do it than in your house?
It's second nature. Your brain just has to. You don't have to be thinking about it. You've got to just do it over and over and over and over and over again
Yep.
till it's second nature. It just comes right to you as a.
Yeah. So just like you practice fire drills on what everybody's supposed to do in the case of a house fire, same thing. If you got an intruder, you got a active shooter situation in your house, then train for different scenarios in your house. If I hear something over here, this is how I'm going to approach and come in and sweep the room.
So that's why we built this little modular shoot house. And the thing is, people have been pretty interested in it. They go, you made this thing, and can you make more of them? And you're interested in selling it? And so maybe, I don't know, if there was enough interest, maybe there would be some kind of a market, or maybe we need to sit down and really scratch our heads on this one and see.
But you're telling me it's like it's super easy to put up and put down. I mean, a couple of strong
it's almost
dudes
like,
can have this up and down in an hour.
Yeah, or me and my son. So we don't even need strong dudes. Just two. It's just like an average dude and a smart younger kid.
In the smart area that takes orders well.
So
One thing you touched on was actually practicing and drilling. So, somebody gets it, like I've got a tactical wall shelf and a mirror in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And, somebody puts it up, they install it, they get it done, they use it once or twice, they're like, man, that's super easy to get into and out of, and then they don't touch it again until they need it again. And that's where the problem can come in. 'Cause,
Sometimes you forget about it.
Right. And they're so easy to use and work with. You don't think about, at least some people know, they don't actually think about, well, hey, if I have to do this under stress, maybe I should do it a couple more times rather than just conveniently walking up to it. Oh, it's so easy. Well, yeah, under stress, are you going to remember,
where your card is or where your key is.
where did you leave your card, right?
Yeah.
we have
FD
people
card.
who have lived with them now for years. We've been in business 5 years in October. So we are in October. So yeah.
So you're celebrating
website-
5 years in this
our
month.
website is a 5-year anniversary in about a week and a half.
Well, happy
So,
anniversary, man.
Yeah, it's a they say like most companies don't make it 5 years, and I mean
If you make it 5 years,
we've
they
still
say
got a
you
few
gotta make
days
it.
to prove them right. That's the benchmark. Let's not do that.
Still holding your breath, all right?
But with being in business that long, we now have customers, and we find we have a lot of repeat customers. We'll have someone who buy one product, and then we'll expand their collection, so to speak, because they'll see how useful it is in this room of their house. They'll want something in another room in the house, and then they'll end up with 3 or 4 products. But this particular customer, they use it, like Joe was just saying, daily. Daily. They use it for they've got their AR shotgun set up there next to the bed. They might be in weekly, but they've got or even monthly, but then they've got their shelf there. That's their EDC. It's where they pocket dump when they get home. It's where the handgun lives. It's where the flashlight lives, and they're opening it, closing it every day. So they're very proficient with it. And
what's the shelf called?
the 825 PLS.
So you do numbers on all your
Pistol
stuff.
length shelf, and the number is 8 inches by 25 inches inside of storage space. It was just sort of everything's numbered because I don't know. When I was in the Air Force, I thought, hey, this makes sense. It's a number that means something. It's not just a random number, and reliable.
Boom! Did we hear that?
Boom! That was the
range day just
The
started.
cannon.
Was that
That's
USA
the binary
Chemical?
X.
Binary
Yeah.
X.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that who's here? USA Chemical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. John Howard. And
Yeah, they got some loud binary.
They do.
There's
At
another
great
one just went
prices.
off.
I heard they're blowing up some ISISes.
Some ISISes. Are they doing that right now?
Well, sometime today. I don't know if it's right now.
Okay. Well, we need to get through our interview so we can go shoot some of that
Sorry.
binary.
I
Some
can
of that
just sit here and
ISISes. Oh, I love talking. So, Joe, what have you been up to lately, man? Been traveling around? Mhm.
It's just going to be to check the oil and come right back on. I'm not sure when it's going to
If we
be.
lose
Got a
power.
preference on when it gets cut down.
Let us wrap this up, and then you can cut it off. Is that cool?
Yeah.
So give me about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes?
You got it.
That work? All right.
Just
Thanks,
get some of that oil. The guy just did a presentation.
bud. Yeah, go
on.
get some
Just-
TVT.
Yeah, the mystery.
Have Marcus give you some TVT.
That thing will run for weeks with no oil in it.
It will. It'll work. I
You don't even
guarantee
need-
it.
Craziest stories I ever heard.
Yeah, it worked. But so we're talking about Marcus just did his presentation with Modern Spartan Systems. The lead sled. I tell our listeners all the time about my experiences using their TVT engine oil additive. I'm getting ready to trip 310,000 miles.
Well, that's another one of those. Like, there's so many brands here, different companies, and you see stuff here you wouldn't necessarily expect to see. And it's not, it's just gun lube. No, it's not just gun lube.
No.
It's a little bit more to it than that.
There's a little science behind
If you
it.
just want to oversimplify it and just see a bottle and that's you and your big dumb brain equating it as just gun lube.
Yep.
No, there's a lot of really, and you sit there and listen to the stories is how it's developed. It's super interesting.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have gotten it otherwise. And that's another one where, unfortunately, that's not something that's super exciting for a lot of guys on the firing line necessarily, unless you can show that you can cram it full of sand and mud and dirt and gunk,
And then post Instagram pictures of that?
and just run it, and it doesn't jam because it's just lubed from the inside out. I'm not going to take that.
Now you're pitching
Yeah,
modern
yeah,
Spartan
yeah,
systems.
yeah.
Look at you go, man.
So,
So what have you been up to, Joe? Where you been? You've been going to some cool places, doing some cool articles.
Yeah. We've been staying pretty active on the channel. We've had a number of different things, a lot of subscriber requests for more accuracy testing. We did a bunch of stuff on the ACR recently with all the different barrels they've come out with. That took a long time to compile.
ACR, tell our listeners that may not be familiar with the ACR what that is.
So the Bushmaster ACR originally started Magpul. It was the Masada. Went through various iterations. Remington might have acquired Bushmaster. Long story short, over the years they moved factories several times. So the production was never really there. They'd do a run of a couple thousand rifles, and they'd shut down and have to move facilities. So now they're back up and running. They finally have different barrel lengths available from SBRs, standard 16.5 inch, 18.5 inch. Anyway, a lot of that was introduced back in SHOT Show. So there's been a lot of requests on that. They've got several variants out now. They're finally really supporting the line, which is really nice to see because that was something that was.
So I remember when the ACR first came out, and there was a big buzz about it, and there was a lot of interest in it, and I haven't really heard much on the ACR anymore.
Yeah, that was one of the things. This most recent video that came out, and I think it's almost half an hour long, which is long for me. But there was so much to go into, and I still have to do the suppressor portion of it. But the way that things fell together as all these different transitions that I mentioned earlier happened, they just weren't able to bring the full adaptability to it that they wanted to over the line. So finally now they've got these different barrel lengths out, and they're going to be. Little birdies have told me they're going 300 blackout is right around the corner.
Oh, okay. In an ACR platform.
Yeah, in the ACR. So,
so what sets an ACR apart from an AR? Talk about the major differences.
So your gas system, obviously.
there's a C in the middle.
Yeah,
There's a C.
There is the C in the
Firmly
middle.
And there's no 15 at the
That's
end.
what really sets it apart is the C.
Yeah. There's no 15 in the end. Really, the only similarities inside there, other than the magazine it's going to take, is the trigger. The trigger assembly basically is the same thing. You got to make a modification to the safety depending on which trigger you're going to use. But Geisley's got that covered with the Super ACR. Geisley is here as well,
Right?
And they've got some
had
new
them
rails
on.
out. Geisley's. They're continuing to do awesome stuff. They're one of my favorite trigger companies and accessory companies out there.
Right. They do good work.
They do.
Definitely.
They do. And anybody who has an ACR that doesn't have one of those Geisley triggers in there, it will totally turn that rifle around for you. Especially if you're shooting the 18.5 inch barrel, you really need to upgrade that trigger because that stock trigger in it is, well, it's not horrible. It's not what you need.
It could be better.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. And Geisley got you covered on that
They do.
with a better trigger. Very cool. And you guys have, speaking of ACRs, you've got some furniture that'll fit nicely in, right?
Yeah. We make stuff. We make some stuff.
We do stuff. We make some stuff.
A couple of things here.
We got mod wall today, new. That's here. Well, it's
Talk
not
about
new
that.
Today, it's big.
What's the mod wall?
It's like a big. we'll call it fancy pegboard.
Fancy
I don't
pegboard?
know. I mean, you could get pegboard, sure, you could get pegboard, and then every time you take your tool off of it, the hooks fall in the thing, and you're cussing and you're cursing, and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, go ahead and put your $2,000 rifle on some pegboard. Good job.
Right.
So, I don't know. It was a.
It's more stylish.
It's more stylish, and you got
Definitely will dress up a gun room.
gun room, and there's something in our lexicon that's new in the last decade.
Gun room?
Gun room.
Yeah.
Whereas in the the 70s and 80s,
It was just a rack on the
gun
wall.
rack,
and now
gun
there's a-
case,
now
The
there's a
gun
whole room.
cabinet.
gun cabinet. Yeah,
Yeah.
now it's a gun room because people are recognizing and seeing that as time goes on, your grandfather doesn't have the car that he bought when he married your grandmother.
Yeah.
It's that thing is long gone, and very few things do people have and pass down from generation to generation. Well, one thing that does is firearms,
Yeah.
and the rifle that your grandfather bought at Sears and Roebuck back in the 50s or whenever or wherever, it's worth 5 times more now than what he paid for it then. So firearms are something that are cherished and passed down, and they get kind of put away and hidden, and people don't like that. And they're building these rooms so that they can actually go in there and bask in the greatness that it is.
They're proud of them. They're like heirlooms.
Yeah,
So they
and-
want to display their family
And
heirlooms.
you can look and see, this was granddaddy's, this was my dad's or my mom's or whoever's, this was mine. You can see the generation of it, as it progresses. So the mod wall is a system for getting the guns out of the cases.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start collecting and amassing guns, you got a whole lot of cases stacking up. At first it's under the bed till they don't fit under the bed, and it's in the closet, and before you know it, you got multiple closets full of guns, and you got to go buy a bunch of big safes.
Yeah. So the way this mod wall works is, and you've got different sizes, and you can add pieces to
22
to
inch by
accommodate.
44 inch panel, and you put it on the wall. It's all pre-marked. It's designed to work with 16 on center framing. Most houses are, not all, but most. And you can mount it, fasten it, fountain it,
Fountain
right to
it?
the you can fountain it right to the 2x4s in the wall. So all of the weight of anything you can put on it is into the structural portion of the wall. It's not in the sheetrock or your paneling or whatever.
Right.
And it allows you to, really, it just displays it really well. It's high-density polyethylene.
But you could put anything on this wall. You guys have different slots, I guess,
yeah.
that you can go and
We got a bunch of different accessories for holding handguns, for holding rifles, for
Vest.
holding vests, body armor. That's one thing there, like a plate carrier. Plate carriers can be pretty heavy.
yeah.
I know there's a lot of newer, lighter ones out now, but a lot of us got those big old lumpy things. And
Right.
helmet holders. No real way to store that stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
you've got guys who are law enforcement who wear that stuff. They train with it on a weekly or monthly basis.
Mm-hmm.
They come home from training and they just pile it in the corner. They just plop it all down.
Right. They stack all that stuff up, and not only that, but then it just starts stinking.
It stinks. It's dirty.
All that sweat. So this
gets
gives
it
an
up,
opportunity to
gets
hang
up
up and
the
air
floor,
out.
lets it air out, and lets you see what you got. And as you're going out for training, you can kind of pick and choose a la
Quickly
carte.
take inventory on what you need
Take
to.
a quick inventory, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's where everything else we've done was for securement, if that's a word. It is now.
It is now.
Yeah.
So for securing your firearms,
Securing
and
and concealing.
for fast access. So that's what it was for storage and security. The other products, Modwall is more storage and display, if you will. So back that whole gun room concept.
Yeah.
And going to your gunroom concept, I've seen some really nice stuff. Some of the customers have put up now where they've taken entire walls, and the system looks really sleek. I mean, they take entire walls. You can cut out a section for your light plate or your wall sockets if you want to. I mean, some of these things I've seen that have done so far are really nice.
It's expandable. It comes with 2 panels and say half a dozen accessories or whatever, and you can buy that stuff a la carte as well. So if you're just an AK guy, you can just buy all AK accessories. But if you only do a small portion of a wall, before you know it, you add to it, and then by the end of it, you got a whole wall. Because the fact of the matter is, once you buy a gun, it's just like you buy one, and they're like gremlins. They multiply. It seems.
Like
So,
Doritos, you just can't eat one, baby.
yeah, that's why I don't eat any Doritos.
That's why I like Doritos.
I have actually, because I have some. I guess as I'm getting older, I'm getting some intolerance to corn.
Yeah.
And
The corn?
gives me like indigestion real bad. The corn, eating corn, so corn chips.
Drinking
So
it.
I'm doing my best to not eat corn chips when I can. But I've been at a party. and
Frito chili cheese pie? Oh, man.
I have sucked.
How are you
going
gonna
to
survive?
the flavor off of a Frito or a Cheeto and
A Cheeto?
Not what the hell am I trying to say?
Frito?
Cheeto?
Dorito.
You lick them?
we go.
You lick the
Well,
Doritos?
somebody's licking more. I'm more of a sucker than a licker.
Yeah, what about Taco
Wait, that
Bell's
sounds
Dorito
great.
tacos?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, the Los Doritos, whatever that is.
Try the jalapeno
Yeah.
Doritos.
Yeah,
The Dorito taco is just like the best thing ever invented.
I have had one of them. That was
can't eat just
before
one.
I had the willpower to
I
not
actually
eat them.
enjoy my lower intestine, so I try to stay away from the Taco Bell.
I get 6-pack of those, man. I love them.
Couldn't do it. It looks good. Looks good. Doesn't. Couldn't do it.
Somebody told me I had the apple pie Oreo. You know, you gotta try the
Apple
apple
pie
pie Oreo.
Oreo.
A buddy of mine, you gotta try this apple pie Oreo. So
I had a coconut Oreo the other day.
I'm trying not to eat the sugar, so I just chewed up the apple pie Oreo. I tasted it
And spit it out?
and then spit it out. I got it to like baby food consistency, spit it out, and it was like, yeah, it wasn't even worth it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I want to taste like apple pie? Apple pie.
Apple pie?
That's about it.
A little a la mode?
Maybe moonshine. Maybe. If I'm feeling like a
Well, if you got that corn intolerance, then you can't do the moonshine.
well, just not corn-based moonshine. And I think that's side effects on that. It heals itself.
Right.
Self-healing.
Exactly. It looks like your boys have come to take you away.
Probably.
Anything else you need to add? Give your site so people can go watch that video too. I'm going to go check that
The
out.
ACR.
The ACR video.
Yeah,
Our
13cgunreviews.com, 13cmedia.com will take you over to the YouTube channel, or 13c.us is
What
the
else you got?
shortest
You
way.
got to have other good stuff on there too.
Yeah, well, I've got
Obviously,
some.
you're gonna have a bunch of stuff here after this.
Yeah.
In the coming weeks.
Yeah, there's so much stuff that I've already got already. So there's a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah,
we're
as you
gonna be
guys are
showing,
listening to
and-
this, go ahead and pull up his website, and you can see all the coverage that Joe has been doing here at the Big 3 East as well. And there's a number of other writers and videographers that are here. So we'll give links to all those in our show notes. You guys check that out too, so you can see all the amazing coverage. As I'm here doing interviews, I'm not able to get out on the range and do his,
He's taking one for the team
many
for you guys.
pictures or
You don't
videos.
understand.
Yeah.
There's so many cool.
You don't
things
know how
here.
bad I want to be out there shooting right now.
And
So.
I don't know how you do it.
So
cooked
many
up in
cool
here.
companies, and he's really.
Well, I get cool guys like y'all coming
gotta-
in with awesome stories. So
He's gotta
it
bring
makes
you
it well
guys
worth
the-
it.
Yeah, and if you guys want to see some of the tactical wall stuff there, head on over to 13cmedia.com and you can check out the videos we have on the tactical walls shelf, as well as the mirror. And the RFID mirror one has had tremendous response. And
Yeah.
it even got picked up by Popular Mechanics. So
Nice.
Oh, that's right.
Right on.
That's
Yeah.
right. That was
Look at
a
you
pretty
go.
big deal.
There you go.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
yeah,
You guys were in Popular
my first-
Mechanics?
Well, he was.
Oh, you
That
were in
was-
Popular
No,
Mechanics.
he was. He was in
Nice.
there talking about our stuff.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Shameless plug. Now you're in there too.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
That's how that works.
it was. And I was even wearing a Big 3 Media shirt in that video. So
Right on,
How about
right on.
that?
Big 3 Media was in it too.
Now, if
You're
only
just
we
plugging
could get
everybody.
the
Yeah.
Just-
the lubricant people in Popular Mechanics.
And talking lead. You should, did
Talk-
you throw me a shout out on there?
I did not. Well, I had no idea it was going to blow up that big when I did it. I mean, I knew
Right.
I knew it was a good video when
Yeah,
I
had
put
you
it up.
known
but
that, you'd have washed your face and
had I
hands.
known, yeah, I might have shaved. Maybe put
Or
on
some deodorant.
And his
cologne,
fingernails.
something, right?
So tacticalwalls.com.
Yeah,
You guys running any specials or anything right now?
I think we are.
Is that Chris? Is that a Chris
That's
question?
a Chris question. We were doing like free shipping on any order over $4.25. We've been trying to get rid of.
I remember
we had
seeing
some
that,
like overstock of white inventory. We had.
I saw that.
So we had a snafu where.
So what was that? You're having a white sale.
Yeah, we were having a
I was
white.
like, that's
sale.
racist.
Yeah, so we had some people tell us that. We were like, maybe we shouldn't call this the whites only sale. This is maybe.
I was like, this is so Tim. This is typical Tim.
yeah,
right here.
maybe this is a great or bad idea. So we've
Well,
had
if the
people
stuff's
definitely
sold,
take
then-
it the wrong way. So, the
Well, to hell with a lot of people who get sensitive over stuff. I mean, you had a lot
maybe
of
we did
white
it on
furniture.
purpose. Yeah, well, that's what it
Yeah.
was. We had a whole bunch of white furniture, and white
Right.
is popular to a certain people who have like very clean, modern-looking houses. Like that's what they want is like everything white, white carpet, white walls, white
Very
furniture,
sterile
white
houses.
fixture. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the majority of our customers, have some variety in spice in their life. So we saw a lot more walnuts, cherries, black, way more of those colors. So we
Than
just
white.
had this like bunch of white sitting around, taking up space on the floor. We're trying to do some other stuff there. We just got to clear floor space. And how it happened was we were trying to get ready for like a Christmas rush
Yeah.
last year or year before, whatever. And we were just like, we don't know. We just better build a whole bunch. So we just built equal quantities of all colors,
Right.
just so that we would have.
It's a good idea.
Because
in theory.
you like things even.
Yeah.
You don't like
Just
odd.
Simple. Okay, we're going to make a batch of 25 of these and a batch of 25 of these. Well, it turns out white wasn't a very popular seller. Right. So we
Maybe
have
you should have done
way
your
more
research.
inventory. Yeah.
What color are we
that's
selling the
what
most of? Yeah.
Market research is all about, folks. We haven't figured that one out yet.
So did you clear your floors? You still got some of that left?
No,
People
we
go
still
get
got
a
some of that. And I'm
sop
sure
up a
that
good deal.
there's probably a real good deal on white stuff. If you're listening to this, go hit us up on our chat feature on the website. We've got an actual live human being that'll
Really?
chat. Yeah, we've got Amber.
I'm
Her
s-
name's Amber, but I mean, it could be anyone. By the time people hear this, maybe it'd be someone else there, or sometimes I jump on Amber's and
Could be Beverly.
screw with people on the chat feature. Like I've been known
gonna-
to. I've
I'm
been
gonna
known to
do that periodically. I'm just going to jump on your chat.
I've been known to get on the chat and tell people
So has
questionable jokes.
has Rob Boss made an appearance lately?
Not at Big Three. We've done some stuff with him. He's been collaborating a little bit. He's been traveling.
Okay.
But,
Is he still running?
he's always running, man.
Did that video that we did in Vegas ever get released?
No, it's
No?
We have. That's the other thing with Rob.
Made it
is,
to the cutting room floor. huh?
Rob and it still exists, and Rob and Phil, his
counterpart?
photographer, his Phil's the guy that's behind it, pushing it, and Phil Cullen, and he's just not.
Not doing it anymore, huh?
Well, he's doing it. He has very high standards. He's got to just lower his standards.
standards.
He wants things to look a very polished and professional and clean way. And if they fall anything short of that, or if it's very awkward, what he doesn't understand, what Phil hasn't quite. People need to see it.
Maybe you
People
should
need
just
to see
fire
it. It
Phil
needs to just
and
be.
throw it out there.
So, because we got a video where Rob went to visit Spike's Tactical
Oh yeah.
a couple Big Threes ago. He was at Spike's Tactical doing donuts on this little mini cart thing and doing a tour with.
And that didn't get released either.
No, it's still there's so much unreleased.
You need
Rob
to do.
stuff.
You
We
need to
gotta talk
do
to
the
Rob and Phil and get them to square that stuff away
the-
because people want to see it.
Rob Boss.
We'll need to see.
It's only a small
Lost
group of people,
footage.
really. Well, the thing was, the first video we put out, he was supposed to put out part 2. I think we put October. That was autumn a few years ago.
Autumn.
Yeah.
Not fall.
That wasn't fall.
And he put that out a few years ago, and it was supposed to be part 2 in November. And November came and went, December came and went, and we're talking like a year later. People were saying, "Where's part 2?"
Right?
I'm still waiting.
We meant next November. It wasn't really. So maybe it could be this November.
I like that.
This autumn.
So many. Rob's been on all sorts of escapades. If we just get him out there,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You
I
told me
think
he did like a tour across the.
he
the
could be
nation.
showing up at.
Maybe the Iraq vet.
I think at the Iraq Vet is
So-
a different audience than here.
That's where we're headed next. And I
should
know
have had
you
Rob
guys.
present. Really, probably would have been.
That
good
would
Yeah.
have been.
if Rob would have got up and presented. I think
That
Rob
would
and
have been the
CJ,
balls.
I think they would get along really well.
I think it'd be
they would hit it
besties.
off. Really.
Besties.
And maybe CJ would have asked Rob to do the safety briefing this morning and all the other stuff.
Maybe, but I doubt it. All right, guys, we're going to be back with some more interviews. We got to go to the range and grab some people, and I know I want to go through the shoot house. I've not been through it yet.
You gotta do it.
The Tactical Walls shoot house,
You just make sure you schedule so you don't they don't try to shut the power off on you.
right? Yeah, and they're getting ready to shut the power off here, so we gotta wrap it up so they can do their maintenance. So. Joe, great seeing you again, buddy. Appreciate
Great.
you being on,
Great to
taking
see
the time.
you too. Anytime, man. Anytime.
Tim, same with you. Chris, we got to get Chris on. Chris never comes on.
He's doing more camera interviews and stuff now. He's not as shy as he used to be, and he'll get on. He's very.
I remember when we first met him, he was doing all the stuff.
He's very professional.
And I was like, that Tim guy, he's just a recluse, isn't he? I mean, he won't talk, he won't do anything. And then, oh no, I got to know you, and bam, here you
Yeah. I still will.
Chatty Cathy.
Some people, yeah, definitely. You do not want to go on a road trip with me unless you just want to sit there and listen to me rattle on for hours and hours and hours. Unless you're my kids.
I really enjoy it because you make me laugh.
It does. And you make me smile.
All right, guys, stay tuned for more interviews.
Tastes funny. Check, microphone.
Is it too loud? I'm sorry, man. Shit.
I can hear what they're thinking. Who look is good? Fuck yourself.
Let's get this shit started immediately.
We'll do.
2 for 2 on this trip.
Joe. Oh. All right, asshole. Fine, asshole. Richards. All right, guys, this is the time of the Big 3 East that you've been waiting for.
Nobody's been waiting for this.
It's time for
As soon as this podcast is over, it's
For
the time I've been
Richards.
waiting for.
Tito's.
It's just cut down to 3 Richards now.
Yeah.
No, it's 4 Richards.
4.
He just cut you out of the show. Is what I'm saying.
Just
Yeah,
cut
I'm
you
out.
out, you bitch.
I'm out.
Greatest news ever.
Bitch, Richard.
Yeah.
But we
we
got a
ha-
promotion.
We have no
Hey,
Ralph.
I've got a shirt for sale if anybody's interested since I'm not in the club anymore.
Your feelings don't seem to be hurt at all.
Standing out in the rain listening to Yahoos.
He's got enough Glock towels he can dry those tears right up.
So we've had to shut the range down.
CJ.
You took all CJ's towels.
So you boys got rained out? Is that what happened?
Oh, yeah.
They called it.
They called it.
They called it.
Done. What about tomorrow? Is it called tomorrow too?
9 a.m.
They're going to give it another.
Apparently,
Free
9
guns.
a.m. We're gonna have a little bit of poo poo in the morning, and then
I will not be here tomorrow.
You're cutting out.
Angry Richards leaving.
I'm just.
So
I'm
pissed
gonna.
off
I'm gonna go to the mall.
You're going to go shopping.
I'm gonna go to the mall and buy me a Daytona 2014 spring break
MTV
shirt.
shirt.
So is he Angry Richard today?
He is.
He's Angry Richard.
I'm good all day.
You're VIP Richard on the way up here.
I'm good, man. I just we're just wet. I'm wet, Richard, right now.
You're wet Richard.
Not in a good way.
Yeah, not in the way we would like.
I don't get it.
Neither do I. I just
Literally.
I'm just playing along.
So we got a room full of people too. So it sounds like we're having a party in here because we are.
It is a party.
Top,
It's always a party.
Top-notch studio for you here.
Right?
Yeah.
Got the open shitter over there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was nice. I took a little
Take a little dinky dink.
little
Did the
opportunity.
fan work?
Nobody look. Yeah, the fan.
That's why there's no door.
Angry Richard was standing
That's
next to
the
me
fan.
going, that's the fan.
So how's it been for you guys this first day? Today sucked. I mean, it's just a monsoon
Today
today.
was absolutely miserable.
Yesterday was beautiful.
Yeah, but
Would have been a good day to shoot, wouldn't
It
it?
would have been a great day to
Would have
shoot.
been a
Had
great
been
day to
awesome.
shoot.
Had we had time to shoot.
Some new faces here.
Yeah.
There's a
Not
few new
in-
faces.
Long-winded new people.
Some very long-winded new people, 57-minute presentations. as
Yeah.
always. But not only that,
I
some
saw-
We're talking about
faces
their
on-
wares.
Faces on the range. We've had everything from, traditional riders to Instagram models.
You've had OG riders all the way to the
is that
more
what you-
modern
Is that what you want to call them? Models?
riders.
I got-
They call themselves, but
They call themselves
it's
social.
texting
It's called social
riders.
influencers.
Yeah,
that
that's
is
what
the
it is.
technical term.
That's the PC term.
What are they influencing?
The people to
Plastic surgery?
Depends on what they're wearing at the time, I guess.
Yeah.
It's-
Or not wearing?
May influence a pants.
shooting downrange on steel.
yeah.
Is
yeah.
that what it is?
Shootsteel.com. Yeah,
Plug, shameless plug.
yeah.
Bada bang.
For none of us.
So it looks like I've crapped out again on getting to shoot the
Yeah.
Eagle import guns.
Yeah. What,
you're
did you even shoot any of them yesterday?
I shot the new one, the Q.
Oh, the Q1S. Yeah.
The Q1S. It shot nice. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was a good shooter.
Yeah.
Liked it. Still haven't got to shoot the. Is it Pantera?
Yeah. I don't even have a Pantera here.
You didn't bring the Well, that's why I didn't get
we
to
brought
shoot it.
we
That's
brought
why you
new
didn't get to
we
shoot it.
brought new guns really this
That's
year.
the one I couldn't remember. Is the Pantera is the one that I want to shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the one I want in my pocket.
There will actually be a Pantera 45 at the IV 888
In Georgia?
888 one. Yeah.
How's that going? Because I'm taking your guns up. How's it?
Yeah, we're gonna give them to you at the hotel later.
Okay.
Not all of them, just like 4 guns you gotta take.
Just 4? That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it, buddy. And it's some chairs and some ammo.
How are you getting a Pantera?
We shipped guns in just like we did here.
Oh, up there? I
Yep.
got you.
Yep.
I got you. Okay.
Can we talk about the important things?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about? You want to
We
talk
talked about
Vegas?
apparently- Froggy's last night and the guy getting into a fight with a chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, at Froggy's last night.
I missed that one.
This guy got into
And then I believe he took a swing at the actual Froggy mascot that's on against
and
the
then
Who
one of
won?
my employees had a woman follow him in the bathroom and she said she wanted to watch him pee.
wall. Yeah.
And of course, he didn't deny her, right?
And this was, and I think it changed last night, but this was Angry Richard's favorite bar in Daytona.
Froggies?
It's been a lot of fun in the past.
It's the one that we always end the night
Right.
with the first, yeah.
It's where Ralph got her nickname.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun in the past. Last night was just bizarre.
Yeah. So I got there a little bit later than you guys, and we were pulling up, and you guys were already walking out. We're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You're like, there's already been 2 fights and potential rape.
I watched a girl fall off of a bar stool. I mean, straight on her ass onto the concrete floor, and
For no reason.
and just sit there.
How did we miss this? We missed a lot.
We were behind.
Yeah, we were.
They were the first group in. We were
there.
them.
We were there a good drink and a half before everybody else, and we just saw.
So let's rewind. Let's talk about our awesome dinner we had. Huh?
Crab legs.
From Riptides?
That was interesting, yeah.
All you can eat crab legs.
No, you're the only one that ate that.
No,
Negative.
Corey had it.
3 rebashes.
Is that your cousin?
Who's that?
The
Governors?
Yeah, the governors.
Like a sister from another mother.
Sister
Okay.
from another
And
mister.
dad.
And dad. So, anywho,
They were feeling no pain last night.
what did you have? Did you do crab
She was
legs?
in rough
No,
shape today, I think.
I just had some. What do I have? Grouper.
You did the group, so you did some like actual local seafood kind of stuff.
in beer tubes.
Yeah, we got the beer tubes.
I didn't have.
100 ounce
And then,
Times
beer
2.
tubes.
and then Edelman
Times
from Mission
2.
First Tactical, we decided we were going to order each other drinks. So he got me a creamsicle with extra whipped cream.
It was tasty.
It was not.
You did share a taste with me.
And then I had a peach mamma jammer or something like that. So it was nice. It was a lovely time. Really found out that I apparently like dudes. After drinking that drink, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those
Is
things.
it
Takes away your
questioning your
masculinity very quickly, yeah.
Well, you handled it well.
Thank you.
I think you handled it well. But you followed it up with a big 100 ouncer, so.
Yeah, America.
Two of them, right?
Two of them,
There was
200
200
ounces,
ounces. Yeah.
Yeah. We had,
We had 200 between 3 of us.
so it was 400.
We did too.
Did you? Just 3 of you?
So this is before we even get to Riptides. We had 2 big 33 ounces before
Yes,
the
we did.
100 ounces,
Yes,
too.
we did.
So
All the ounces.
we had all the ounces last night.
It was a liquid diet for sure.
And then we discovered a wedding party that was at a bar.
Yeah, we went on a 5-mile journey to get to Mai Tais.
Right. I
And
missed
we
that
let
one.
Mike Sedini, president of Eagle Imports, lead the way, which was like literally letting a blind man drive your car.
Speaking of Angry Richards,
Angry Richards.
God, he's on fire today.
He is. He's a little hungover.
Is,
I think.
is he angry today?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you didn't see him
Yes.
storm out of here just now?
No, I didn't. We were trying to give him a seat.
Because he wasn't having his way.
Because he didn't get a microphone?
No, because he said you should be able to set this up in the hotel lobby and do it from there so he could be in his room.
Is that what he said?
Or we should be able to phone in so he didn't have to be here anymore.
Yeah.
Not a joke.
No. Yeah, he's very upset that I wanted to take 20 or 30 minutes to do this podcast.
Take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Take 5 minutes. That's all right. He'll get over it. We'll buy him a drink tonight.
Yeah, and we did get shunned to the corner by CJ.
Yeah, I haven't put in the corner in years.
Yeah, we were told to go and sit in the corner.
Nobody puts Richard in a corner.
by CJ.
What is that all about?
I don't know.
I thought we were kind of a big deal, but evidently.
Yeah, go sit.
Big deal in the corner, yeah.
Big deal in the corner.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So after our dinner, we all decided we were going to go to Froggy's, and of course all that shit happened at Froggy's, and we ended up at
Cruising.
Cruising.
Is that what that place is called?
It was like if Cars was on an acid trip.
And there was a baseball player that tried to steal somebody's beer outside.
What?
Yeah.
What baseball
Did you see
player?
that?
A shirtless baseball
A shirtless baseball player.
player. Yeah.
Like a professional baseball player?
I don't think he was a professional, but I'm not sure what he was a pro at. He
Professional
wasn't very
something.
good at stealing beer off the counter. I know that.
He really tried to steal somebody's beer?
Yeah.
He walked up and took a beer, and then the
bouncer got
had
him.
to get him and ran him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, there was the entertainment for the night.
Michael Jackson.
We had a
Michael
concert,
Jackson.
the Michael Jackson concert. So this dude just walks in,
He's a regular, by the way.
walks by everybody, doesn't even look at anybody, goes straight to the stage,
I did ask that
whispers
question.
something to the DJ, and then all of a sudden, was it Billie Jean?
Billie Jean.
Michael Jackson, Billie Jean comes on.
Was he good?
He was phenomenal.
Yeah,
He was
actually
good.
Pretty good.
He was phenomenal.
I mean,
He had the video. So the video plays behind the music. So they had Billie Jean video playing.
And he was like dance step for step with the
Step
dance.
for step, wasn't even watching the screen. He was into his Michael Jackson routine and was.
I heard he
doing-
had an outfit and everything.
Yeah,
He did.
He had the glove. He had
Black
the
jacket.
hair.
there's a lot to do in Daytona in the
But I heard he was a
offseason.
white guy.
He's a white dude.
I think there's a lot of shrooms.
Real skinny white dude.
Daytona.
So then after Billie Jean, he does Bad.
It was a multiple song performance.
It was like,
Oh, yeah.
I think he did like
I knew I shouldn't have
five.
left.
five or
I
six
knew I
songs.
shouldn't have left.
He did like 5 or 6. He did the whole Michael Jackson album almost.
Yeah, you should have come
Didn't
back
do
in.
Thriller.
Should have come back in with it.
I was, yeah.
So when he was doing Bad, you know when the fight scene comes
sad
up?
that I missed that.
The fight scene of Bad?
Yes.
So I went up there trying to have a dance off with him. And he just shunned me. Wouldn't even look me in the eyes.
Well, that's
My
kind of what
feelings were
you're
hurt.
used to.
He's like, dude, this is
Not
my
a lot
show.
of them want to look you in the eyes. Let's be honest.
Right, you know, because you like it.
Okay, moving along.
On a side
Richard
note,
Pretty.
on a side note, I just heard from Salty Mike, and he said that Joe Weir's SUV basically got stuck on the road leaving here. He said it's almost impassable.
Do we have to go pull him out?
No, they're good, but he said good luck getting out of there. It's bad.
This will be awesome.
Yeah. So
Great.
yeah, this might be short lived for this Richard.
We can't catch a break, man.
Well, apparently there's going to be some really positive changes made to this. We're excited to see what happens. Obviously CJ and these guys, they work really hard.
Well, you can't control them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They work really hard to put it on, and
Yeah.
we're going to continue to support it. I think the thing is just, all right, so you establish where you're at, and we're just going to take it to the next level now.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
You just have good fun with it,
Get her done.
We're having fun with it. Make the most of it.
That's what it's all about.
I got one suggestion. Obviously, Raph or Angry Richard made some Richard shirts
Hey,
for us.
I'm Top Richard, by the way.
Top Richard
Stop-
made shirts for us that we're going to wear
stop,
tonight. They all just say Richard on it, so we're going to go out. We got to get a picture at least of everyone.
Oh, yeah.
for Richard. But I got an idea. I want to make Richard shirts for SHOT Show, and here's what I want to do. I want to put
Richard Shots.
I want to put the SHOT Show logo on the chest.
Show Richard.
And then I'm going to get caricatures done of all four of us.
Could you say that again?
Caricatures.
So I'm gonna get one caricature. It's gonna be just me with a middle finger. Yeah. But caricatures of our face and do like the Pet Boys logo.
But your character will take up the whole T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just worried that they can't get my hair proper. So I'm worried about that. So that's gonna be important.
That would be the only holdup in getting them out in time.
Does Ralph go on the back?
Ralph's just off in a corner. She's like the period at the end of SHOT Show.
Yeah.
And to Ralph. So does that go on the back?
I don't know. We'll have to work on that.
You have to-
I'll have to talk to our marketing department.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. But do those on do polos? I think they'd be pretty fancy.
I think we should do shooting shirts.
Ooh.
Team Richard?
Team Richard.
Team Richard. Fuck yeah. I like that.
It's going nowhere quick.
I like that.
But doesn't anything? Yeah. I'm
So
pretty
is
sure
there
this-
anything important you guys want to talk about? Anything you need to get off your chest, or
No. I'm good.
State of the country? Anything?
The restaurant we've been going to, Hooligans, does not have a proper slogan
It's just
or
hooligans.
jingle. So we're in the process of
Of coming up with one.
we've got Hooligans, go yourself. I bleeped it. I self-censored myself.
Good job.
Marty can put beeps in there later on.
Actually, I just let it run. You can say
okay.
fuck.
Well, fuck.
This is satellite radio.
Right? I'm not regulated, baby.
Yeah, you're a rebel. But anyway,
FCC.
so we really
What's
need
that?
a Hooligans slogan. That's been a pressing issue for me the entire. And Sadini's got these no sweat things that are in his hat.
No
Good.
sweat.
Oh, dude.
No sweat.
It's not this one.
Yes.
But I got the other one. So tell us about it.
I don't know anything about it.
I all I know is he tries to talk about it to everybody that he meets, and it's
So
one-
it's a-
He's the president of a gun company and he cares more about telling you about no sweat.
Yes.
He was willing to come on your podcast to talk about no sweat. But
I
got-
wanted him to,
But
and he-
he
but
got
he
mad at
stormed
Raph
off.
for talking about Versa.
yeah. He's got mad at me because I want to stay and do this and talk about Bursa, Grand Power, Metro Arms, our bread and butter.
Right.
And he wants to talk about these.
No
these-
sweat.
He wants to talk about these
Well,
panty
let's-
liners you put in your hat, so that the brim of your hat doesn't get dirty.
You don't get that sweat, that salty
Yeah.
sweat thing. on
Yeah,
there?
which everybody south of the Mason-Dixon line takes pride in.
Right.
Sweat
the,
rings.
the sweat rings on their hat.
Yeah.
Go
So
on.
you know it's your favorite hat.
Yeah.
So you know it's not new that way.
You've worn it to work in.
It's a badge of honor.
America.
Or when you're hungover standing outside a range like Sadini.
Well, he was in the car for most of the day.
Oh, by the way, I've come up with he's now taken on a superhero, a new superhero persona. It's called Texto. Texto.
What is that about?
It's just, have you ever seen Mike actually look you in the eyes? Because he's always staring at his phone.
His phone?
Yeah. So he's Texto now.
I like it.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's we can have 4 Richards and Texto.
Texto Man.
They're blowing stuff up out there. You hear
But they weren't
this?
shooting anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
thought
Our
it was
range,
done.
literally,
Liars.
the
We are
tannerite is
packed
actually floating on the rifle
So-
range right now. So
I do want to talk about Bursa, so
Yeah.
let's rub it in his face and let's talk about
Let's do that.
Bursa. You got a new pistol out.
We have
I
we
shot
have,
yesterday.
we had 2 new pistols that are coming out. They just passed ATF technology approval, so now we're in the process of getting our quantity licenses and stuff. So we should start delivering them in the first quarter, at the latest, maybe December. But Bursa's come out with 2 new pistols, where it's called the TPR9, and then you've got the TPR9C, which is the compact version.
Okay.
They're really kind of updated versions of the old Thunder Pros, and but much more modernized, much better triggers, aesthetically much more pleasing, and they look more tactical, I guess, if you want to look at it. But they've got a much cooler look to it. They don't look as dated. But they've changed some things with the frame and all this. It's just basically these models have come out to replace the old Thunder Pros, and the Thunder Pro being obviously is the choice sidearm for the Argentine military, Argentine police, for a lot of the units.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that ordered all these changes, and so.
And when's that going to be? When are those going to get released?
I'm thinking December, January, or something like
December,
that.
January?
But
Okay.
we had them here. So then Big 3 was the first place anybody has shot them in the United States. So we debuted them here.
Those are the ones I shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So those, and then, that real good reaction to those guns. We're expecting good things from them. And then, of course, we import Grand Power also, and so we had the new Grand Power. Same thing with this one. It just passed technology, so it will be out December, January timeframe. The new Q1S, which is the subcompact version of the Q1 striker-fired gun from Grand Power, which we've just been delivering for about 6.
Q1S.
So it's
I shot that one too.
You did. You did the little small 12-rounder.
Yep.
We also had the new P40 long slide 10 millimeter from Grand Power here, which.
I was going to shoot that one, but
those 2 guns nobody had shot in the U.S. before. And then from Metro Arms, we had finally the reintroduction of the Llama Micromax, the little
Llama.
And again, first time anybody has shot them in the United States was yesterday. But those will be coming out. You'll see those in by the end of October.
Is that all the ones I get to take up to Georgia?
I can't remember which ones we're going to send up to you, but they'll be locked so you can't look at them anyway.
Damn it.
But yeah, no. So we had some pretty neat stuff. We had the Llama Max 138 Super, which people were going crazy for here too. So that it's good to get some stuff in, and I enjoyed being able to break them at CJ's event and show them here before we showed them anywhere else. So that was cool. So hopefully the guys that were here, the media guys, will take advantage of that and start getting the word out.
Post it up.
That's what we're here to do, and we hope it gets done.
There you go.
Absolutely. So yeah,
Good stuff.
Yeah, good. It's great stuff, man. It's my lifeblood.
We've already done Palmetto State. We talked about all your new cool stuff that you guys got out.
okay.
Yeah. Anything else you forgot to talk about?
No, I mean, the only other thing is Palmetto State Armory, the next 12 months, we made a huge initiative to really try to give back to the community a little bit more. Obviously, it's something that was always been important to us in terms of community involvement and charity work. But, one of the neat things about us is we take pride in being that blue-collar man's company. And with that blue-collar man comes a sort of sense of responsibility to truly make sure you're looking out for the blue-collar man. And it really became evident with like the floods in Houston, and obviously the tragedy that just occurred in Las Vegas, and things like that. Where while there is such negativity associated with it, so much travesty and drama associated with it, it's really nice to see the good that comes from our country. It reminds us why we're so proud to call ourselves Americans. So, for instance, like for Houston, Palmetto State Armory, I don't know, a lot of people saw it, got a lot of attention. It was really positive. We've been planning for over a year now to sponsor our first NASCAR.
Oh yeah.
And so we sponsored a car.
Oh yeah.
In the Darlington race.
Did you win?
No,
Did you blow an engine?
You know what? Well, no. I'm telling the story. So
I'm just giving my own personal experience of the NASCAR that we sponsored. It freaking blew the engine.
Interrupting Richard. Yeah. But what we did is
the one-up Richard.
Yeah, the last minute, right? We called the guy and asked him how much would it cost to change the wrap. We'd done this really neat wrap with a bunch of cool stuff on it, and we felt there was a need to get involved and make a statement. So we actually did a Pray for Texas car, and
Nice.
and while praying for them is great, and it's that mentality, that thought, you also have to be active, so what we did is we actually set up a link on our website and had the call signs on the car. And we did it like the old mellow yellow car from Days of Thunder, Cold Trickle.
Cold Trickle.
But Tom Cruise, is crazy as it, he tweeted about it. You know what I'm saying? And
Tom Cruise.
and love him or hate him, it was something that said that we were making a reach. And we did a $10,000 PSA giveaway to every person that donated. It was just a $5 donation. And we raised a very, very impressive amount of money, which we were able to do is, so one of the things that actually happens the most that blows our mind is, you don't ever think about it, but Columbia, South Carolina experienced a huge flood, and a lot of people lost their lives and their homes, is the first responders that are involved. Their homes are flooded too, but they've still got to go to work.
Right.
And, it made it even worse. Like, now they can't sandbag their home or get stuff out. It's just ruined, and they've still got to go to work, more than ever then. They're working 25-hour days, figure that one out.
Working on other people's houses.
Exactly.
Not their own.
And so we saw that devastation that happened in Columbia, and we were able to help some people out back on ours. So what we did is we actually got in touch with Department of Natural Resources in Texas. And a lot of their officers, obviously in the boats and stuff like that, literally had no time to help their own homes and families. And so we found a bunch of officers that literally lost everything, and we're able to give them some, divvy it up into donation and the different donations and help them out.
Yeah.
And so we're doing that.
That's
we're,
good, man.
We're trying to involve ourselves with Las Vegas. We're working on some stuff now, but that's our next initiative, and we're asking people if they have any information to please email us at info@palmettostatearmory.com of major things that we can get involved with at this time. Obviously we get small things for, hey, I want a gun for this thing, but at this point we want to really step in and be a part of something special. So
cool. And they get in touch with you at info
at palmettostatearmory.com or marketing at palmettostatearmory.com or both.
And ask for Adam.
Perfect. Ask for Richard.
Ask for Richard. Ask for Paul.
Yeah, there you go. Give him a heart stroke.
Yeah. Well, very good, man. I'm glad to hear that you guys are, really making a difference in our community, especially with all the tragedy that's
trying to,
with the floods and everything that's going on right
Absolutely.
now. So very good. It's good to know. G-Lock.
What's up, homie?
G5 in the house, baby.
G5.
So you guys are debuting it here again?
Shooting it here. We also had the 43 with the Crimson Trace,
which is a new offering.
Little combo that we're putting together. Those will start shipping around November, December, somewhere around in there. So you'll see that. Trying to get a little boost to that concealed carry market.
Yeah.
See how that goes. So all in all, yeah, Gen 5 is the major
That's
part.
The big thing, man. How's it going with that? I mean,
it's going good.
Release.
It's going good. Well, we'd like to get more out the door, but it does take longer to make it. So
yeah,
but we're getting them out the door. It's probably 50-50 with who likes it, who doesn't. That kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
but,
still getting mixed.
It's getting some mixed reviews, but it's doing well. It shoots great.
It does shoot great.
I think overall, a lot of the riders that came by that shot it didn't realize how many changes there actually were to the gun. We're talking about 5 main points, but there's well over 30 enhancements to the gun. So
is it up to 30 now?
It's about 30 different changes that were.
I've been saying 20, so I've been selling you short, man. Sorry,
somewhere around in there, 20, 30, somewhere around in there.
All right, I
got
you.
a lot of different changes to it, and I think guys that did shoot it saw the difference in it when they were here.
Well, that's a lot. That's what a lot of people don't. They'll see the Instagram post or the pictures, and they'll just automatically start. It was just another, Glock. What's the big deal? Blah blah blah. Well, go shoot it, and you'll see the difference.
Right, absolutely. And that's one thing we taught a lot of riders here, and that's what they were saying. The guys were saying it's just another Glock. Well, have you shot it yet? And the answer is no. Well, go shoot it. You got to go shoot it.
You got to shoot it before you run your dick.
Absolutely. Be a Richard.
Don't be a Richard. Very good. So December, you got the 42 with the Crimson Trace.
It'll be a 42 and a 43.
Both, okay.
Both of them. We're taking orders now for them. Looking to ship them somewhere around November, December time frame.
Very cool.
Right before the
time for Christmas.
Right before the holidays, absolutely. The Black Friday combo.
I was going to say the Black Friday.
It actually comes with a Crimson Trace laser, and it also comes with a DeSantis pocket holster that'll all be in the box. So
nice.
Corey, is it a trigger mounted laser or is it a grip mounted?
It's actually in front of the trigger guard.
Okay.
So it's the small one. Goes in front of the trigger guard. Red laser
goes with the whole compact theme. Yeah.
Yep.
Very nice.
Is it a 40 round magazine clip?
I'm not quite sure you can get 40 in there. But at least 6.
With the magazine clip, it's definitely staying
the
true.
clip.
Clip
Clip
magazine.
for the magazine.
The clap magazine clip with the ghost gun.
You got the clap.
That was one time. It was 97, and antibiotics cleared that right up. I was just trying to find out about the magazine clip. Informative knowing.
Standard magazine that comes with it.
Magazine
It still come with one extended, one flush.
All right. Very good. That's a nice little package right there.
The extended, you can get 39 in.
Is that what it is?
It
You
says
get 30
40,
minutes.
but it's that last one's
In the magazine. That's in the chamber. That's one in the chamber. It's the magazine clip chamber.
Break your nail trying to get
holder
that last
thingy,
one
yeah.
in.
The last one's a real bear.
So yeah, that's what we got, man. So things are good.
Very good.
There'll be some more stuff coming that I can't talk about right now in SHOT Show
Richard.
time frame.
Secrets.
So
Okay.
we got some cool stuff coming.
Maybe we'll have a little secret powwow between now and then.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Could happen. Could
Possibly?
happen. Possibly.
Uh-huh.
Possibly.
See? It hurts when people, when you're saying things and it comes out a little wrong, nobody would have noticed it. But a Richard jumps
We
in.
got sensitive Richard over here.
but I-
Sensitive? See? It's contagious.
But I haven't had the clap, so I'm good.
He's okay. The clap.
Not much gets by these Richards.
Not at all.
He don't run off his Tinder dates.
First off. All right. Y'all want to go
I
there?
forgot about the Tinder date.
Y'all want to go there? So first off.
Oh, you went there, pal.
No, y'all went
And you
there.
sent her home.
I did. Tinder pictures
Send her
can
packing.
be very deceptive. They can be
I
very
thought she was a
deceptive.
very attractive young lady.
She had a couple nice pictures.
Yeah.
The pic-
She had two personalities, I hear.
the
Two big personalities.
The personalities are fantastic.
Yeah.
Her
problem
her
is-
8x10s were awesome.
There's filters. Cell phone filters are bullcrap. Let's just say that. Like, they take away wrinkles and all this stuff.
She felt cheated.
I
That's what you're saying.
felt like I got sold a used car at a new car price.
That could happen.
I'm saying the engine might have gone
Bless
fast.
her
It
heart.
might have had great headlights, but I
She
paid-
seemed to have a great
They
personality.
were great headlights, yes.
Yeah.
Or they had great headlights.
One of their LEDs.
She had a couple of great personalities.
But anyways, yeah, I did send her home because I am a respectable individual.
I wouldn't go
I'm
that
classy.
far.
I'm classy, Richard.
I haven't heard of a respectable Richard ever.
Ever.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
That doesn't exist.
It's double negative. Yeah.
Top Richard,
You'll be
little Richard, OG
immediately-
Richard,
you'll be
and
immediately
tall Richard.
removed
There's
from
not a
the,
respectable Richard.
There,
Sorry.
yeah.
No respectable.
There's quiet Richard.
You have to turn in your credentials.
Yeah. Congratulations, you are no longer a Richard. Yeah.
All right, guys, we need to wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up. I got to
Top Richard's got to go clean his ass so we get out tonight.
I got to go start swiping right on Tinder. So.
Swipe right.
Can't wait to see this one.
All right, guys, we will be back with more interviews
Filterless
from the
Richard.
Big 3 East Autumn Edition. I can't
Bumble.
say fall because that's insensitive to people.
What?
That's say autumn.
Since when did we care?
You have to say Autumn Edition. So.
All right, well, good deal.
Hey, next one will be SHOT Show.
SHOT Show, yeah.
SHOT Show.
SHOT Show.
SHOT
coming
Show.
up.
SHOT Show.
Shot show it is.
God, I can't wait to.
Good
deal.
I can't
Maybe,
wait to go.
maybe
to
we'll have
SHOT
our
Show.
Ralph then.
I'll be drunk for
Let's
that.
get the
God, I
hooligans
can't
and,
wait to go to
make
SHOT
a
Show.
jingle.
Hooly Boolies. Let's do it.
Oh, can we have a jingle by the next show? Let's do a jingle.
All right, we have to have a jingle.
Oh, this
For
could be
Richards
interesting.
and around.
We'll have a Richard jingle.
Oh, you're stealing Peyton Manning's now.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'll do better. We'll do
All right,
better.
guys.
All
Take it easy.
Thank you.
All right, lead heads. Hope you guys enjoyed those interviews, and hope the 4 Richards and a Ralph, minus the Ralph, wasn't too chaotic for you guys. But as I said earlier in the show, I'm going to announce the winner of that Tactical Squirrel Box now. So I'm going to Facebook, and I'm going to go to, let's go to our Black Friday Cyber Monday post that we did for the show. And I am going to randomly pick someone who liked that post. So here we go. And I'm just going to go through here, randomly go down, close my eyes, and bam. So James Marand, Mayrand, James Mayrand, you are the winner of a Tactical Squirrel subscription box. So get in touch with me. Send me an email, talkingled@gmail.com, with your contact, mailing info. But what I'll do is just send me your contact info, and then I'll put them in touch with you, and then they can get all the pertinent information. So congratulations to James Moran. He liked our post that we did on our Black Friday Cyber Monday show back November the 23rd. So there you go, guys. Another lucky winner. And we're going to be doing that again next week, our next show. I'm just going to go through randomly, either through Instagram, Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, one of those services, and I'm just going to pick somebody who participates. So that's it, guys. That wraps up another episode of the Talking Lead podcast. Thanks so much for all your support. So this is December, the last month of the year, and we'll be cranking out a couple of more shows this month, and it's going to be hectic. I'm going to be traveling with the holidays, with Christmas, and getting ready for a SHOT Show, but still going to crank out another couple of episodes before the end of the year. And then, of course, this month also will mark Talking Lead's 5th year anniversary. Yeah, baby. So the first of next year, we're going to be putting together several giveaways. We're going to have one big giveaway where we're going to have guns and stuff like that we're going to be giving away to celebrate. But that's going to be all through next year to celebrate our 5th year. So thank you guys so much. We couldn't have done this without you Leadheads, the Leadhead Brigade. And we just want to say thanks by giving you guys as many discounts and giveaways as we can. So take part, leave us some feedback, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your brothers, tell your sisters, tell your cousins, tell your best friends that don't like your friends, all about Talking Lead. And let's get our subscribers and our downloads up so we can bring you guys even more hashtag badasseriness specials from all our sponsors and friends of the show. So until next week, Leadheads.
And as always, Leadheads, keep your loved ones close.
And your firearms closer.
My firearms closer. Much closer.
You might have...
That was a little more creepier than Rob
you
Boss.
might have hit
That's Rob Boss. Rob Boss is creepy.
He was there. I remember.
What's your favorite firearm, Rob Boss?
My. That's a tough one. The fan brush.
And what would the fan brush's favorite friend be?
Barry Bonds. The baseball player. Because of the movie The Fan with Robert De Niro.
Of course.
Naturally.